Okay, you guys, we're gonna get started. Listen, I'm gonna stand up because I like to move around a lot. I'll try and go between the pole here. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. What a beautiful day outside. We should be having the meeting outside today instead of indoors. So I think too cold for some of us. Yeah, it got a little chilly on us real quick, I'm telling you. I didn't have a sweater either today. Everybody remember Natalie, Regional Manager Natalie. I'm Janine. For those of you, I saw many of you at the first town hall meeting, so thank you all for coming back again. So we like to do every quarter, we'd like to hold a town hall to check in. First meeting is a hello, here's who we are, here's some of the things we're gonna do, here's some of our expectations. The fourth quarter, the first quarter of next year, the second quarter, those become what I consider a lot more fun because those are the meetings where everybody discusses kind of some of the things additional things we want to do in the community. Those are where we sit and discuss if there's bingo people want to do and activities and gatherings and so forth. Some communities choose to have lots of activities. Others say, we're working folks, we want to come home, we don't want to bother with a lot of that stuff. So whatever everybody wants to do is good with us. So we'd like to check in. I wish we had a couple of weeks notice to check in. That daggone Hurricane Ian kind of caught us a little bit all off board, even with the week's notice, and stopped us in our tracks. So we had your meeting scheduled, and had to move everything because we have lots of other ones scheduled as well. And unfortunately, our 3 to 4 weeks that we'd like to give, not able to give. So we appreciate all of those of you who are here. Natalie's going to type up a recap of anything else that gets brought up at the meeting. But we kind of call our second, third, and fourth one kind of your meeting. We're going to go through some initiatives and some updates real quick, and then we're going to kind of let you guys have an open discussion. That's how we like to do these. So on the initiatives end, the tree work, which was scheduled 2 weeks ago, the tree guy had to go take care of lots of people in Fort Myers. So he is now on our schedule for the week of November 7th. Really begging and trying to get him earlier, but there were people before you guys that he needed to do, so we've got to go take care of those as well. So just wanted to let everybody know that on that. And you will get a letter before, usually the week before, just to tell you, be on alert, know that they're going to be in here. They're going to take their direction on our end, so we really prefer no one to discuss, go talk to the tree guys or ask them. They know not to do work on behalf of our residents. So if you've got an issue now, and you're saying, I mean, listen, we can walk and look. Any tree that's hanging over the top of a home, the branches will be lifted or removed. But if there's something you want done, you got to come through here and do it before they come, knowing that they're coming November 7th, okay? They'll start a tree list. If there's anything of big concern, 1 or 2 trees that we saw that are near on the side of someone's house, lifting up the canopy, lifting up near the home, it's been there forever. Let the team know so we make sure we don't miss it, guys, because they're in and out, and when they're finished, they're only here that one time. So if you've got any concerns with trees, please come and let Ron and the team know. They'll have a map for you. So on the cleanup part, thank you all very much. You've done a lot of good work, a lot of good cleanup. We're going to continue to do a little bit more work. We mostly appreciate everybody removing all the flying missiles. And we had many here, just like we had all across the state of Florida. Cinder blocks, potted plants, wood, glass, things that can damage, kill, poles, people. And that's the state governing that, guys. And I know there were a little grumbling. People weren't happy that they had to remove where we had 14 and 10 and 12 potted plants. Guys, you can't have them. Your rules are clear. They're clear to tell us what we can and can't put in there. We even have the rules prior to us. And again, we're going to let everybody talk when I'm done. But understand, we do nothing to put our community or the safety of our residents at risk. We're not going to. So I get we don't like the potted plants. I get we don't like. Here's our rule. November is the end of hurricane season. It's not that we still can't have storms, you guys. But November is the end. So from July to November, our number one priority is that when a storm picks up and comes and we're not in town, and look, we saw it with Lee County. They They had some warning, but they didn't have enough warning. If you can't pick up those potted plants, I walked into a community in Melbourne, people were fussing with this there, and I said to the nice people, bend down and do me a favor, go pick those up. Couldn't pick them up. I said, there you go. But the lady across the street might be the beneficiary of that plant going through a window and killing her, so we're not gonna do that. And if I need the fire department to come walk the community, they welcome it. I've done this for 21 years. They all come with me. They'll walk and tell you why you can't have it. Now, when we get outside of the time, and spring's here and it's beautiful, and we want to put some extra flowers in those potted plants, we can put them, guys. You just can't have a nursery outside. Some of us had 10, 12, and 13 potted plants. I know you want them. I know it's how you've had it. It's part of the rules. It's all about safety, and our number one priority is that. So I want to say that because I know from day one when Miss Rhonda was trying to get this whole place cleaned up, before the hurricane, long before it, and before it came, she said there was an awful lot of people fussing. I get it. I understand it. At the end of the day, guys, it's within our legal rights. The governor puts out what's a fine list of what we should, shouldn't do, what we can and can't do. I've been through 12 of these now in my career, and I've seen the worst kind of devastation. And some of the losses have simply been from the pole going through the window and almost killing a child. We're just not going to do it. We won't even gamble to do it, even if you like your potted plants that much. So I just need everyone to understand that's the reason you got asked to do all that. Don't take it out on Miss Rhonda. You can take it out on me. I'm a big girl. I'm happy to stand up here and take all that you want to throw at it. But you don't get to take it out on her. She's doing exactly what we're asking her to do, okay? Okay, next thing. But thank you again for doing the great job you guys all did. We really appreciate it. Community center. So the last time we talked about the initiative, and we talked about this dilapidated thing that has sat like this for, I don't know how many years, how long. Okay, we try not to do anything in that long range. It may take us 6 months to get to it, but it's not going to take us 5 years. But as I walked around and talked to a few people, and as I talked to the team, I said, I don't want to go build something nobody's going to use. Like, I love decks. Is that something we're going to use? Because if it's not something we're going to use, now what I've heard as to why we might not, hey, you didn't get asked this question, I'm asking that. What I asked the guys is, what if I put a screen around there? I heard it was mosquitoes, but what if we put a screen? What if we put some lights? What if we pumped out some music? We do this at some of the communities. And what if it became a place that when people want to get away from the house or want to come sit outside and you don't have mosquitoes biting you, you could sit outside with some string lights up there, which are always a nice ambiance, and you'd have a screen and you wouldn't have mosquitoes and you'd have a place to maybe eat dinner. We could put a grill out there. I mean, we can do any of those things. I brought it up at the first town hall, but it was the first introduction. Feedback from any of you on whether or not you have an interest to use it, because we got some bids. They're pretty doggone big bids to redo that thing. I don't want to do it if people are going to tell me they're never going to use it. How many in here would maybe use it if we did it differently than it is today? Okay. Is there anything else you'd want outdoors or outside in this spot? Oh, well, that's never been on my list. It's on our list at every other property, so I didn't realize that's a big thing. I think we probably have space to do a nice little door park. Now, I don't want to infringe upon that, but we could probably create something back here. Okay, are most in line for wanting a door park? That's pretty easy for us to do. The fences, we put the nice aluminum hanging trash cans with the bags. We put a couple of benches, picnic benches to sit. Yeah, but I love that idea. Okay, we got a yes on that one, guys. Okay, thank you. The laundry area. This is taking us a while to get done. Now listen, you're not our first community. We've got a couple, and the guys will tell you that are here. Some of our guys from Miami that work on some of these acquisitions. Guys, nothing comes easy. I think the pandemic's been over for a while. I'm still reminded people still don't have staff. They're all still behind. It's why vendors can't come. It's why we can't get renovations done. Bear with us. Listen, we're working super hard behind the scenes. The laundry's been a huge push of mine for 6 months. We just signed the contracts. We got a national company coming in. They will man those things, brand new laundry equipment coming in. And they're either gonna use, I think you'll have both the coin opportunity and credit cards, PayPal, almost everything you want. I didn't even know laundry machines did all that, but I guess they do all that now. So we're pretty excited, guys, and so I don't know where you are on the list, but I think there's like a dozen of communities that will get them first. So bear with this, because I think a lot of people still use the laundry, right? The laundry facilities, yes? Okay, perfect. Any questions? Listen, I did ask for you guys, because I try and do this in every community. We used to, and I guess I'm not doing it anymore, but I used to say, can you please give me at least one commercial washer, one big commercial dryer, because our curtains and our comforters, all of us as ladies like to clean those, and we hate having to go get them dry cleaned because it's so much money. I haven't gotten a firm answer yet back. They said they stopped doing them. I asked them if at some of our specific properties if they'd be willing to do it. So if we can do that, is that something we're interested in as well? Would like to have? I just think it helps, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, lift station. So again, when I come, I like to stop. I see people outdoors. I don't have time to visit with everybody, because I'm usually here to visit with the team and make sure we're getting on board with things. Some folks have asked some questions about the lift station. So let me answer the questions for you, because I'm not sure where some of this information is coming, but guys, the best source of information, she's right here, she's right here, and she's right there. He's right here. If you don't feel comfortable or you don't think you're getting the right information, guys, we're happy to give you our number. Pick up the phone and call us versus people kind of making up some of this stuff I'm hearing. Like when I stopped in the streets 4 weeks ago, I heard right before the hurricane, I heard someone saying, well, that lift station is spewing open. I said, really? Did it do that before we got here? Someone said yes, and I said, okay, that we didn't know. It's not spewed one time, not overflowed one time. On the second day we own a property, just for you to know who we are. Second day, we had a contractor come out, pull the old pumps, do all the cleaning, put a new capacitor in. I know most parts and pieces. I know the pumps well. I don't know all the other, the floats, all of it. We had someone come in and do all that, guys. All that's to record. We take care of our infrastructure. Doesn't matter what happened before we walked through the door. Let me just tell you how particular we are. Since then, the health department, code enforcement has walked not once, not twice, even here last week to a surprise, 5 times, guys, and guess what? A+, check mark, A+. We've got not a single issue with our lift station. So guys, or sewer, if you've got an issue, you come to us. The code enforcement came in saying that they thought there was a problem, or someone called that we had sewer on the ground. She walked through and said, since this company's owned it, there's not an ounce of sewer anywhere. Looked at all of our problem places. We showed them exactly where we're replacing and rebuilding 3 manholes that I think will take 2 months to build, 3 or 4. Guys, we did this from the day we got here. This isn't our first rodeo. So I'm hearing this, and I'm looking at the people in the street saying, where are you getting your information from? Now, if there were an issue, code enforcement doesn't know me.
I can tell you where they're getting it.
You can do that when we get to that part, okay?
Please hurry up.
Yeah, please hurry. Please hurry.
Last time, for 6 months, we want you to hear us.
And you know what? And we're here to do that, but we're giving you our updates, and it's a town hall meeting that we call. Sir, if you'll be respectful, we'll be happy to get to you.
Be respectful. It's been
Okay,
6 months.
so let me be real clear on the sewer, everyone, and let me be very, very clear on the lift station. You can call the code enforcement or health department 7 more times. They just came last week.
Yeah.
Nothing but a bill. Check. They don't know me. They don't care about Parakeet. We're not some big guns. We're not some big guys. And they came through and said, don't know why we're here, but we're going to check it all out. Walked every single thing. Asked us what we were working on, what we were doing. That was it, guys. So I'll hear from you in just 2 minutes, but let's make sure we're getting facts, guys. And if you want to, happy to have Ron to give you the people who I don't know, Parakeet doesn't know, who came in here, have a little call with them. they would have no reason, and they're not here to protect us, they're here to protect you. So let's just make sure that we're all on the same page with that. On the manholes, since we've gotten in here, we've got aging manholes. Familiar with that. We do spend a lot of money, right, Alex, on due diligence. We know the condition of the manholes. We're going to spend a lot of money, unfortunately, replacing, starting with 3, as needed, and as the inspections get done, from people who work from the city, which is the person who was here and the person who's building it, and the person who we went to and got lots of good recommendations from to do that job, guys, okay? So the manholes, as we see them and as we need them, they're gonna continue to get handled. Bathhouses, we're looking to upgrade in the future. Someone did mention that to me. I'm not sure I was aware we needed to, but was it you again? We had someone in the community who said it'd be nice to have them upgraded, so the team's gonna work on that. That wasn't something I had on my last list, but it is on it this time. And then the shuffleboard cards. Here's my question coming back around. I've not yet seen a single person play on the shuffleboard cards. Does anyone in here have an interest to use the shuffleboard cards?
Where's the equipment?
Well, I don't know.
In the
Neither
building,
do we.
Oh, okay, so we have equipment.
we do have equipment.
Can we sign it out? Can we set something up so they'll know that they can sign it out?
Yes.
Do a lot of us like to play shuffleboard? I mean, because it's important, because if you don't, guys, right now, while we're setting the budget in place, you need to say, instead of that, we'd rather have an outside this, or a grill, or a little pavilion, or we'd rather have horseshoe pits, or whatever. I mean, we get different things from different people in every community. But make that decision on the shuffleboards, because if you play them, we're leaving them. If you're not, then we'll get the consensus of the entire community, and we'll put something else out there. If I ask who wants to play shuffleboard, how many people in the room play shuffleboard? Because I've not seen anybody yet. But maybe it's because of the equipment.
This isn't everybody either, so.
Well, no, and we'll put the feelers out for them to be able to respond. And by the way, anytime we do anything with removing a shuffleboard court amenity, we go door to door with everybody in the community. So if they're not here today, we'll make sure to have their input as well. Okay, so some of you do like to use the shuffleboard courts. Okay, and then maybe we need to make sure we have updated and proper equipment, Richard?
Yeah, we have the equipment, and prior to Parakeet taking over years back, they did play. They had tournaments. There was a lot of people in here to play that they've done passed on. And since then, I haven't seen anybody ask. It's sitting in that corner back there.
Yeah.
We all know it's there, but no one's inquired about it.
I have no idea.
Oh, you have no idea?
No.
There's a shuffleboard court.
Since I'm here, there's been no
Okay,
idea
well,
where they is.
No. Why did we ask you? You're the guy that cuts the grass.
So we do have a shuffleboard court for those of you who don't know.
Do we have to call you to let you know we'd like to do that? How do we get this building?
We have a lock on the equipment shed that all we have to do is unlock it and you can get in it and there is equipment in there. Same with the horseshoes. They're all in that storage shed.
Yeah. What about if we want to use it on the weekend?
You shouldn't have to go to somebody to get it unlocked. Why can't you just open it up in the morning and close it at night, and that way somebody's.
Well, I completely agree with that. So I work with them.
Nobody's gonna come to you,
Well-
ask for a damn lock.
Yeah, that way we got control. We got control over it.
Hey,
what?
hey guys,
What are you
listen, I am perfectly okay. Now here's how this works with me. Willing to put that equipment somewhere, willing to leave it open for all of our residents who live here, who we know are on honor code. Here's when that doesn't work. The minute we have missing pieces, the minute people destroy them or don't return them, it goes back to the old system. So I'm good with that code, and I'm always good with trying anything, okay? So I hear you, I'm okay with that, we'll start that now. But understand that's the only way we do it. And if something happens, then I gotta change it. And guys, listen, I go places and they want, I'm gonna say it wrong, I like it too, cornhole and all those other kind of games.
Yes.
So if there's that kind of stuff that we want, we can pick up that.
Yes.
We got that too? Okay, then we'll write down our inventory
Where?
is we'll ask you guys to sign in and out if you do that like our other communities do. So if someone comes in and takes the 2 cornholes, or they move it somewhere, put your name down that you're the one using it, bring it back, and we'll know who had it last. Fair enough?
Just to say, prior to COVID, this was open and a lot of things were happening. And those of you who are new here, you haven't seen what we used to do in here. And
Start
we used to
doing
have
it then.
a great time in here.
Okay, so we played a lot of
Start
games.
opening it up.
We had so many activities in here.
Wonderful.
It was a happy, flowing thing.
So now that COVID's over, this will be open every day. We can come in
Yeah,
here.
100%.
This right here will be open?
Clubhouse, always open.
Never seen it. First time I've ever been in here. It's nice to see. Cool. All right.
Has it been open?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, guys, we'll have both doors unlocked from here on out. We should have both doors. This is your clubhouse for you to use. Come sit in, enjoy, play games, do whatever you want to do, okay? Now, if
Perfect.
you want to reserve it for a party, let me be very clear, that's a different thing. We don't allow the alcohol in here. Very strict rules. You gotta sign off and you gotta reserve it. And then we do it like from 6 to 10 o'clock if people want to have family reunions and parties. But during the day, it's yours to use all the time. So, and listen, we're trying, guys. We look, I'm moving all over the place. So I come talk to people when I see you, but I can't get to everybody. So if there's things like that, like opening the clubhouse and you're saying it's the first time you're going to guys, just bring it. That's what we're here to talk about. One last thing I want to say, and then it's open discussion for you guys. The new RV rules. Hold on, you'll be the first one I'm calling on. I know. We're gonna get to the open discussion in 1 second. Last thing, because I don't want to get off on 22 other things and we forget what we came here to have a town hall and make sure we were on board with all this. Even though you've got a couple of pages of rules and regulations on the RV side, many of which will be like ours. Ours are a little bit more extensive, so those new RV rules and regulations will be coming out possibly next week. Just had everybody look at them, the attorneys look at them, make sure we're all covered, all good. They're pretty generic and pretty standard, and probably nothing you haven't heard while the team's been trying to run things even through the mobile home side of the business. So doesn't look that much different. I mean, really doesn't look that much difference, except it follows statute 83. So I wanted to say that to all of you. Know that that'll be coming. Paper down, and this nice lady, you're the first one.
If the shuffleboard was an actual activity, say once a week, people would know there would be people there, that the equipment would be available. I would be interested in doing that, but just wandering over there by myself, I would never do that.
Okay, so here's how we fix that real quick. Guys, I've overseen about 400 communities, so listen, activities to me are golden in a beautiful place like this with a lot of engaged and active people to use. Here's what normally happens, and I'm gonna really leave that open for you guys to decide, because this isn't for me to decide. One, Rhonda and Richard can't be doing activities because they have a really busy full-time job now. Whoever's in here, a social group, 5, 6, 7 of you, come together, put your shuffleboard league together, and I'll go look at the shuffleboard courts myself. I've showed up at many of them where they were not in good shape, and we needed to come back and get someone to come in here who's professional and does a shuffleboard court. If we don't have lighting and benches, we'll look to add all that. But you, the residents, need to organize your leagues. Do whatever you want, come together, you move that forward. That's not gonna be for us, we're not gonna organize activities. We'll give you room for everything you want. If you told me, Janine, I needed the new updated modern bingo game, we'll say, okay, let's find a place to put it. How many people want to use it? We can't have it for just 5, and we bring that in here. But you have to be the ones leading this march, okay? And it's the reason we come in the first meeting and we do our big acquisition takeover. We come in this meeting, we give you some updates, and then we say, what is it you'd like? So if you want to be a part of that group and try and organize that, that would be awesome. The equipment, if we need to update it, guys, we'll update it as well. Okay, who's in line number 2? Who's got a question?
The last time I was at the shuffleboard, there was one of them that was cracked. So
Okay.
really, the only one you could use was one. But if you wanted to play, I'd say, Linda, you wanna go? And we go,
Awesome.
you know.
And you know what, a lot of places like to do the little league, sometimes on Saturdays. And guys, if it's a crack, that ball ain't going any place it's supposed to be going. So we'll fix the cracks, we'll get that fixed. Matt, can you put that on our list of stuff we need to do, please? Yes, ma'am.
I have a question, but it's not pertaining to that.
Whatever you
Are
want.
they still coming in the evening and spraying for mosquitoes? Cause I haven't heard of it.
They're nasty.
I don't know.
That's based on, and this person here would know more than anybody, cause he used to do it. That's based on how many mosquitoes, when they
I
do
see.
a test, and they determine that they need to spray in here. Am I not saying that right?
Yes,
Glenn?
you're right.
Okay, cause,
So,
you know, I used to
We
hear
don't
them
tell
at
them to
night.
come in.
So you're saying it's better now?
No.
Or you don't have
I
mosquitoes?
used to hear it in the evening, so
I think
I
they were
wondered.
here, I think they were here last week.
And guys, I gotta tell you something, I'm not real sure with what you got out this side door. I mean, listen, I grew up in Louisiana with a lot of bushes, a lot of trees where we have mosquitoes 9 months out of the year. I don't know how you gotta stop them, we can do certain things to prevent it, but I think if we keep the doors closed, especially at a certain time of the day when we know that that's when it's rainy, you probably will have a lot less coming in.
the spraying at night really makes a big difference.
Spraying at night, dear?
Yeah.
And
Oh, okay, we have done it 3 times, so just for everybody to know
when
that.
they come in and you hear them, if they see a person out, they stop
That's it, yeah,
and they leave.
that's
Because they
right.
can't spray while you're there.
Say
Right,
something?
Yeah. When?
If anybody's outside at night and they get bit up a lot with mosquitoes, call mosquito control
I see,
Definitely.
okay.
and they'll
I'm
come out.
Glenn used to be the guy who used to come in here and spray our park. Just so you know.
We never had mosquitoes. So
That's
you're-
right.
I'm sorry, you're saying if the truck is coming through and I'm outside, they're gonna stop and leave the whole property?
I think they move on and they may do another section, but they can't spray while you're standing there.
Right.
Which I understand,
Over
because it's
section.
poison. But, so should they have a notice, or should we get a notice?
No.
The truck
They
is
have,
coming next
they have a
week?
website, they have a website.
So guys, it doesn't sound like this is coordinated by us as much as it is, if I'm understanding from this gentleman,
That's a county.
Okay,
it's a
but-
county thing.
I'm sorry, if you don't mind. So I understand you have a website that gives their calendar schedule of where they're gonna be.
Oh,
Could, someone from Parakeet or management let us know when they're coming?
well, here's what I'd like to say to everybody. If we have a website, we're happy to send you that address, guys. You really need to be the one pulling your schedule. This team has so much work on their plate with us. It's one more thing. They need to take care of things like boil notices, like other issues that we have, and notices when they're doing their stuff. We can't do that. If that's available to all of you, you're gonna need to
It's
pull it.
not.
But
A lot of people don't have
Well, no.
computer access. A lot of these old people don't have computer access.
well, guys, then let us work this out, if that's the case. We can't go out and hand out 200 mailings, guys, every week on everything, especially when it's available, okay?
We haven't.
Well, that's what I was gonna suggest, maybe put a calendar in here.
Put it on our, this website calendar or a calendar, so everybody does know that particular.
You know what, I
day.
think that's an easy thing to do, even if we hang it here, even if it's a yearly calendar and they make it that far in advance, we can hang that somewhere in here for people to have.
For things like that, there could be other things that have come up that we need to know about if we're not getting an email or you're not accessible to the website. So
Yeah.
these local
If,
general calendar.
if anybody wants to be put on, all you have to do is call mosquito control and tell them to put you on the call list.
Aha.
There you go, that's the kind of stuff I like